welcome back everybody to some more Mass Effect 2. The penultimate episode, which for some people always seem to get the word penultimate wrong. Penultimate, one before the last. So the finale is tomorrow. This is the final loyalty mission stream of Mass Effect 2. Tomorrow we're going to do the ending, but 3 loyalty missions to do today, and this is the 18th stream. So some people with number OCD aren't going to like that the final stream is going to be number 19, but still, number 18 being the last one for loyalty missions is pretty good. Pretty excited for this. So the last 3 loyalty missions are Mordin, Grunt, both on Tachanka, followed up by Samara, who we're going to be leaving to last. And then that'll be it. So 3 loyalty missions today, and then tomorrow we're going to talk to all of the crew one more time, and then dive into the suicide mission through the Omega-4 relay. I'm going to be sad to see Mass Effect 2 go. I really am. Hey, Demon. That's a cool emo. What is that? I'm going to hover over it. Faes? F-H-A-E-S. I like it. I like it. It looks like... For some reason, when I first looked at it, it looked like a cat with an orange bra over its eyes. Like 2 orange bra cups. That's what I saw when I first looked at it. It's like a Rorschach painting. But as an emo. What do you see when you look at this? Alright, let's do this. Going to Tachanka, which is the Krogan homeworld. It's where Rex is from, so I'm sure the dice are going to be real nice when someone mentions, "We know you killed Rex." The dice are going to be like, "I'm going to kill you too!" Dice are going to have fun tonight, I think. Let's do it. Tachanka. Scarred by bombardment craters, radioactive rubble, choking ash, salt flats, and alkaline seas, Tachanka can barely support life. Thousands of years ago, life grew in fierce abundance under the F-class star Aralka, a Rake clan word meaning Eye of Wrath. Tree analogues grew in thick jungles, their roots growing out of shallow, silty seas. Life fed upon life. I was like, life fed upon life? No, that makes sense. In an evolutionary crucible. This is beautifully written. This world died in nuclear firestorms after the Krogans split the atom. So, very much a post-apocalyptic world. A little ice age of nuclear winter killed off much of the remaining plant life. In recent centuries, many Krogan have returned to their homeworld. The reduced albedo has caused global temperatures to rise. In order to maintain livable temperatures, a vast shroud was assembled at the L1 Lagrange point. That's coordinate stuff, isn't it? And atmospheric coordinates. It is maintained by the Council Demilitarized Enforcement, which is based on orbiting battle stations. Very cool. I love this sort of information. There's so much information here. It's kind of amazing. I love it. Alright, let's land. What streamer are they from, Demon? They're really cute. They're dumb and cute at the same time, which is probably why I like them. It's like a good set of emotes. But I'm not familiar with the streamer who has that emote set. I've never seen them. So let's just take Grunt and Mordin with us. They're who these 2 missions are going to be about. So instead of rolling, we'll just bring them both with us. And then maybe when we get into their specific missions, whichever one we choose to go with first or last, we'll roll for those missions. Just makes more sense to me to do it that way. And clearly these are the 2 most important characters to have on this. We are level 30, by the way. I have no idea if our XP goes up anymore. I don't know if this is where it just stops. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is it. I think level 30 is max level. Streamer name is Fei Lin. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a really nice emote set, Demon. I really like it. Hey, Sky. Yeah, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Trailer 2. Holy shit. It's literally like looking at a comic book come to life. It's kind of mind-blowing to me. And I'm a huge fan. Like, I have every issue of the Ultimate Spider-Man line, and obviously in that universe, spoilers, Peter Parker dies and Miles Morales takes over. However, in this movie, they seem to be doing some crazy, weird changes to it. where that isn't the case. This is kind of its own story happening in the movie, and I'm hoping they mess around with the Spider-Verse a lot. So we see like Spider-Pig and what? No, is it Spider-Pig is from Simpsons. What is the name of the Spider-Man who is a pig? Spider-Man, is it Spider-Hog? Who is a pig? He would be a really good cameo. But we saw Spider-Gwen, obviously from another of the comic runs. So it's cool that they're mixing kind of different comic book lines. Spider-Ham, yeah. Spider-Ham. Very, very funny one. How many Spider-Mans are there? Just wait till we go to Comic-Con. What's Comic-Con? It's a good reference, isn't it? But it makes me think that this Peter Parker that's training Miles might not be from the same universe as him, but I'm not sure. Because we see Spider-Man on his on like those news bulletins, so there may be multiples. I don't really quite know where the story's going, but obviously directed. Well, I don't know if it's directed or produced or executive produced, or they're involved anyway. Phil Lord, Chris Miller, who did the Lego Movie, and they got sacked from the Han Solo movie. But I think they're very, very funny directors, so I'm very excited to see where this goes. Anyway, that's enough of me sitting on the crew level up screen as I start joking. Let's dive into Tachanka. Yeah, it seems like they're half combining stories, I agree. Sky. It's very cool. It's a very cool concept. And I love how they mix like CG with 2D elements that are all in themselves encapsulated by this comic book art style. It's absolutely beautiful. If Sony can keep Chris and Phil... Oh, I always... Phil Lord, Chris Miller, yeah. If they can keep them around, I would totally love to see a sequel where they, like, a few groups of Spider-Men, so maybe like 4 or 5 different Spider-Men, all group up and travel through the Spider-Verse to do something. It reminds me a little bit of the Shattered Dimensions game that I played, where you have to kind of go through different universes as different Spider-Men to do things, which is really cool.
If you're looking for work, you're shouting down the wrong hole. The Blood Pack only recruits Krogan. Yeah,
we're about to see a hell of a lot of Krogan. Over, Captain. Well, that's a nice welcome.
The clan leader wants to speak with you. Keep your running pet on a short leash. Get him the right soon or put him down.
Now, is it just Grunt looks so different here because he's younger? Or because he's bred from like a test tube, basically? Also, this clan leader that he's talking about, that would have been Rex if he didn't die in the first game.
What he needs?
There's nothing wrong with him. Just go speak to the clan leader.
This is a big week. Big week. You think this is maybe what the Krogan looked like before the Genophage? Like maybe more like this? It's kind of weird because he's like a totally different design, even though he looks like a Krogan. Yeah, so crazy week. Mass Effect 2 streams ending tomorrow. Then I'm going to take like 5 days off. So after tomorrow, I'm not going to start streaming again until next Wednesday. I figured out all the schedule and everything today.
Talk to Scout then, or Chief. Either one acceptable.
Also, I have been unable to access local medical records. I suggest asking the local clan leader for assistance with Grunt's problem.
So what this means is, today is Mass Effect, tomorrow is Mass Effect, then no stream on Friday, then I will start hosting E3 press conferences on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then I'll come back with the new schedule. I'm going to be doing 2 streams a week again, starting on Wednesday. We got 2 games we're going to play up until my birthday, which is then going to be a 10-hour Zelda stream on my birthday, which is the 23rd of June, which is just 2 weeks away. And yeah, mixed-gendered team. Although, technically, they're both alien, but I guess they're also both male. We don't have an Asari on the team, so... There's a moment to talk to Grunt here?
This is the great Krogan homeworld. This is the land of Kredok.
Shiagar and Vile. This chunk of rock is barely worth standing on. Never thought I'd miss the tank.
Fallout 4 possible trailer coming at E3. I think it's very possible. It could happen. It would be crazy if it does.
I'll tear you apart.
I'm not going to get involved there.
Watch it, human.
There's a bunch of Krogan here.
The envoy to the female clan. Go away, alien.
Do we see a female Krogan in this game, or is that only in Mass Effect 3?
I've had enough of you.
Did I say Fallout 4?
Let's end this.
Did the words Fallout 4 come out of my mouth instead of Fable 4? That could have been a Freudian slip, because I'm thinking so much about the possibility of like another like Bethesda game, and that's all that's on my head at the moment because of rumors of maybe seeing Starfield. Anyway, this is the guy who took over from Rex. I imagine a Dying Light 2 would make sense, Demon, from Techlandia.
You are Shepard. We would have shot any other alien out of the sky. But you, we give the respect to our most powerful enemies. You destroyed Vermeer. You saved us from becoming Saren's minions. But you also destroyed a cure to the genophage. But more than that, you killed Urdnot Rex. I am clan leader Urdnot Reeve. Rex was my brood brother.
Uh-oh! How, though? Do different characters in Dying Light? They can do anything. Any game franchise can continue without their main characters. Any. Hey, look at Halo 5. That didn't have Master Chief in it. That's a slight inside Halo community joke. But, you know, 3 missions still wasn't enough. 2. So 1, 2.
I don't exactly remember how I became an enemy of all Krogan, but I'll take your word for it.
Common disregard from you aliens. Solarians used us to save the galaxy from the Rachni. Turians neutered us with the genophage. When Saren cured the genophage, hoping to manipulate us, you wiped Vermeer clean in nuclear fire, destroying the cure along with it. And Rex, one of our strongest, butchered when he dared stand for all of us. A rare glory. Most off-world Krogan can only hope to die for money in hand.
You've only seen speedruns of Dying Light? It's a fun game. When I was a quote-unquote YouTuber, the marketing arm of Techland used to send me emails quite a lot. But like, oh, there's this DLC and the Ultimate Edition and, you know, all this. I'd get like press releases and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I don't feel important enough to be getting these, but cool.
You're putting on a pretty good show, but can you and the rest of these stragglers back it up?
I assure you, if your death was the goal, you'd have landed as an Ember. Truth is, you did me a favor. You allowed me to conquer the reformists who popped up in Rex's wake. The Council obscured most of the details, so you're really just a symbol for me.
Tradition will restore us despite your actions, human.
You can't speak for me, Uvenk. So, Shepard, what do you want here?
Whew, okay, lots of things there. I think we have to say these two. These two trigger the next 2 missions.
I have a Krogan on my crew. He has some kind of sickness and needs treatment.
This Krogan smells like a juvenile. Was this clan destroyed before it was taught how to live? I have no clan. I was tank bred by the warlord Okir. My line distilled from Kredok, Moro, Shiagar, Turg, Rend, Violetta.
You are the offspring of a syringe, not fit to walk to Chanka.
I am pure Krogan. You should be in awe. You were the product of Okir? He's well hated. He is dead. too bad. Hate is good. Influential.
Yeah, I think the Krogan are really cool as well, Sky. They, it's kind of like a tribal society in a sci-fi age. It's really interesting that a lot of the other, I guess, races you meet are quite evolved and have either human-level, you know, social interactions or above in terms of their government and their connections to each other. The Asari, for example, are very kind of up there. But the Krogan are this tribal race, yet they still go to space and stuff. It's really interesting. Fascinating. But it shows because they once rose up to be a very powerful species on this planet, but then got knocked down by the Solarians and the Turians.
This is all very interesting, but I need Grunt back up to speed. What's wrong with him?
There's nothing wrong with him. He's becoming a full adult.
Ah, puberty ritual. Common among species with hormone-driven reproductive urges.
Yep.
Nothing so infirm. He's becoming an adult. He must face the rite of passage.
I will not allow this. You risk your status, Reeve. Your clan.
That look.
Do you wish to become Urdnot Grunt?
Right, 50-50.
This is his choice.
I shall send a hi back.
It is in my blood. It is what I am for. Then speak with the shaman. Seek him here, and prepare yourself. You as well, Shepard. Grunt is your crew. You are part of this.
I said hi back. Right. I guess we need to talk to him to trigger
Yes, Shepard. Speak up so I can get
Mordin's
back to
as well.
business. What do you want?
I heard the Blood Pack brought a Solarian here. Know anything about that?
Blood Pack? I don't follow the mercenary bands. My scout commander might know something I don't. Whether he will speak to you is his own choice.
Thanks for the information. We're going.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Okay.
Watch your back.
Okay. Time for things to get interesting. Talk to Shaman. I think he was up this way.
Citadel has these huge arms.
My plan is to do Grunt's mission, Mordin's missions, and then go do some more.
I'll never back down. Just give me the reason.
Shaman.
You go beyond yourself, Gattatar Uvank. The rights of Urdnot are dominant. How do we know it will challenge him? He's unnatural. The beasts of the right could ignore him like a lump of plastic. They know blood no matter the womb. Your barking does not help your case. I'll speak for myself. This is the tank bread. It is very lifelike. Smells correct as well.
And has much higher
Your
textures
protests
than
ring
us.
hollow, Uvank.
I don't care what this idiot says. Grunt has the right to be here.
Grunt's design is really good. Now I'm looking at it more in close-up.
Oh, the shame this heaps on those who whine like pups. If this must stand on ritual, then I invoke a denial. My Krant stands against him. He has no one. My patience is tested, but Uvank invokes correctly. Grunt, who is your Krant? Your allies willing to kill and die on your behalf?
3. He's part of my crew.
We stand with Grunt as shipmates and comrades.
Shipmates are not the same thing. But I grant you aliens your simple interpretation. Aliens don't know strength. My followers are true Krogan. Everything about Grunt is a lie.
Oh, I really wanted to press right trigger then. If only there was a way. 5.
I don't care about your ritual or your protests. Grunt has permission. This will go ahead now.
Heretical, but decisive. I will allow this, but you leave your opposition unsatisfied, human. Shaman, you cannot decide in his favor. What about Krogan tradition if you pollute the rite? You dare. I was a warrior before your mother was born. I speak with the authority of centuries. I decide who is worthy.
This is a crazy conversation, by the way.
End of it. I have other means to oppose.
I mean, if a Krogan started getting, like,
You have
uppity
provoked
with
them.
me, like getting up in my
I don't
face,
like
I'd
you.
probably
I
pee
like
my
that.
pants.
They are your problem now.
They are quite terrifying. I'm just going to say begin the right.
We're ready. Let's do this.
Excellent.
Excellent. So this is finally 21 minutes in. We're beginning the first loyalty mission. Jesus. This is going to be a long stream. We have 3 loyalty missions to do. Right, so we'll roll for this. 4. Oh, Tally's coming with us. She doesn't like us very much, but okay. Yeah, that'll do. Let's go. So, Shepard, Grunt, and Tally going on Grunt's loyalty mission, the Rite of Passage. You can this shot specifically really gives you an idea of how grand Tuchanka once was. The tall skyscrapers, the sprawling road networks and stuff. It's really cool.
This is Tuchanka's most recent scar. The last surface city to fall in the rebellions. The Keystone was at the heart. It has survived wars and the passage of centuries. It endures. Like the Krogan. If
You
wish
leave in
to
an hour
join
for an
Clan
interview?
Urdnot, you must contemplate the Keystone.
Where are you getting
and
an
its
interview and
What will happen?
huge
knows?
amounts of good luck?
You must adapt. You must thrive no matter the situation. Any true Krogan will.
I always say to people, no matter the result of a...
Let's get started, Shepard.
Oh, I remember this. This is wave-based, isn't it? Yeah, this is like Horde mode in Mass Effect. I remember this. No matter the result of an interview, this is what I always say to people, no matter the result of an interview, it's always amazing experience to actually go to an interview. Like, I remember being pissed scared at the start, but the more you do, I think the better you get and the more comfortable you get at them. But like when I got my big job in Birmingham, what, like 3 years ago now, that was my first ever interview I did for like a proper job because I was a YouTuber for so long. But now I do a lot of interview work for pitching for freelance work. So I'll have meetings and stuff to pitch ideas and creative for different freelance animations and stuff. And at first, like when I first started doing that last year, it was pretty nerve-wracking to be like, pick me because I'm real good. Because I'm not that sort of person. Like I don't really have a cocky, overconfident persona. When a lot of creatives do that, so I just kind of went in with what I always think is a good idea. That's always my way. Goodwill teaching. Well, that's gonna be sweet.
I see them. They'll all die.
Yeah, I just pitched recently. Actually, I got a job on something like last week. It's big. It's like a series of animations. I won't be starting them for a while because we have to go through script approval, early creative approval, animation approval, and then production approval. So there's a lot of levels before I even start working. But yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking. But you just gotta pretend you've got the biggest balls on the planet, even if you weren't born with any, and to be like, yo, this is what I can do. This is why I'm good. And even though inside you're like, oh, you know, just gotta prove to them that their choice in you is good. It's really difficult though. I think I got my first big job in Birmingham based purely on my resume, my CV.
Should have run.
Because at the time, for my age, because I was like 21, I think, and for my age I had a fairly deep CV because of all the stuff I'd done on YouTube. And this was like, you know, dealing with big clients and working on big projects and like name brands. We're talking like, you know, hundreds of thousands of pounds for some of these clients and some of these companies, and it's like, oh, I have to deal with them now? Oh, that's not nerve-wracking or anything, yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, that's good. Outside, I'm an expert. Inside, please help me. Like, inside is crying. Outside is like, hey, I'm a surfer dude. I don't know what that persona would look like.
Then
yeah.
the Krogan were lifted to the stars to destroy the fears of a galaxy. An enemy only we could chase to their lair.
Oh my god, my dog's going crazy. My dog is going crazy, guys. I will be right back. I don't know what he's barking at. Apologies for that, everyone. I thought people were... Oh, Jesus Christ almighty! I thought people were in, and my mum decided to go out, and my dog freaked out. He doesn't like being left alone. He's like a very sensitive animal, my dog. He has like anxiety issues. He has separation issues. So he started like howling, so I went and gave him a cuddle, and he's okay now. He's like the most... It's me as a dog, so he's very clingy. I'm dead, by the way. But no, everything is fine now. It's all good. All fine. It's just, I just started hearing it. I was just like, what the hell is that? And it was my dog. Oh, this guy, I have a funny story about that. So, every interviewer and every interview you go to, the person will usually drop the line somewhere in the middle of the interview, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Are we what is this thing, by the way? The things we fight look a hell of a lot like the Rachni. Anyway, so yeah, the interviewers will often drop the whole what's your strengths, weaknesses thing. I usually flip it. So I will give them a weakness that sounds like a strength. It's kind of a cheap move to make. Like, I remember saying something like, one of my weaknesses is that I don't, like, it is a weakness, I suppose, to some people, but I was like, one of my weaknesses is that I don't do anything but this. Literally, I dedicate my time, my entire life to being better at this and to doing this and to focus on this and to be better than I was yesterday. Which is a weakness, but is also a strength. And I said that, and it kind of... I remember the look on my future boss's face, and he kind of was like, oh, explain that a little bit more. And I was like, well, you know how most people, they'll go home and they'll, like, have a life? Yeah, I don't do that. I go home and I keep animating, or keep drawing, or keep doing art, or keep, you know, writing ideas and being creative. And it's true as well. Like, my life when I'm not working is work. Like, for me, my job, whenever I get a job, it's not a job, it's an extension of my hobby, which I suppose is a very lucky place to be in with my field. And you know, I do find it often, you know, I do find it often that it's a blessed thing to have that, you know, to be someone who can do something you love, and kind of bullshit your way through things at the same time. But like, I'm always doing something creative, and you know, if I'm getting paid for it, that's just a bonus. But yeah, there's some pretty good ones. There's like YouTube videos that talk about that specific interview question, which is very funny. I think because every interviewer asks it. If I ever had to interview someone, I would never ask that question. I'd be like, so you're expecting me to ask you what your strengths and weaknesses are? I'm not going to ask you that. I'm going to ask you what your weaknesses and strengths are. Oh, I flipped it around. No. Oh, classroom management. Huh. Yeah, I suppose in education,
We must have to trigger it again.
that makes a lot of sense. That's a really good point, Sky. I have friends who are teachers. I have a lot of friends who are teachers, like 5 or 6. That's a really interesting point, though. I've never thought about that.
Ready for another round, Shepard. Attack the keystone.
Also, I totally forgot that this loyalty mission was just... I said just, it is really cool. Horde mode in Mass Effect. Which is basically what Mass Effect's multiplayer is. It's you and a squad, like 2 other people, fighting hordes of monsters. Which is why I liked Mass Effect's multiplayer a lot. Why I put so many hours into Mass Effect 3 as well.
It is a fight where the only goal is survival.
Jesus Christ, that thing is loud.
Feel that? Everything is shaking. I am ready.
I tell you what, for this one mission, they added a lot of new monsters.
Trouble!
I guess it is an important... Jesus, it's a Thresher more.
They should soften them up.
You're right about it being an important part of education, like the whole way you manage the classroom, both before, during, and after certain classes. Yeah, that's got to be a real tough thing to discuss. But I guess if you've been thinking about it and it's on your mind, you've probably, you know, figured it out. That, for me, I'd be like, I don't know, I'll put the kids in any order they want. When they're in the classroom, I'll sing the lesson to them. And I'll never use PowerPoint. There you go, there's my classroom management. And they'd be like, yeah, this interview's over. And then I start singing to them as I'm leaving. They're like, yeah, definitely over, get out. Crazy fool.
Nothing's faster.
Someone once said to me that I'd make a great teacher, and I laughed at them. I mean, I have no patience for... Well, I have the utmost patience in the world. Like, I'm a very patient person. But not really for kids. I have a great struggle with... Especially if it was younger kids. I've taught people who, like, ages of, like, 18-year-olds, like, around that. And I'm okay with that because I can at least rationalize with them. But kids I'm really bad with. Like, I'm like, do you want to talk about, I don't know, gravitational effects in 0G? Do you want to talk about, I don't know, panspermia? Do you want to talk about, do you want, Bob the Builder? I don't never know what to talk about with kids. I'm so bad. It's a question that doesn't have a generic answer. Yeah, I imagine it doesn't. Everyone's answer will be different.
I want more.
Yeah. It's really cool, though. So that's what you want to go into then, Sky? You want to, like, education-y stuff. It's very cool. I didn't know that about you.
Urdnot Rex was the last. My cramp gave me strength beyond
It's weird, a lot of my friends went either into education,
This will cause discussion.
or working on ships. I know a bunch of people who work on ships and are now like dockmasters and like sailors and stuff. It's a weird thing, I guess, growing up in a port town, it does that to you. Although it's kind of not really a port town anymore, it just used to be a long time ago. Just show the kids the animation stuff and they'll love it. They wouldn't love how long it takes. Like, they'd see this cool finished animation, they'd be like, oh, show us how to do that! And then in the 6 hours of their waking day, I've done like 1 frame of animation. They're like, oh, that wasn't very fun. Oh wow, focused on tech and robotics. It's very cool.
The best Krogan traits are distilled into Grunt. He's designed to be perfect.
Being designed is the problem, but not made by aliens. And he is truly powerful. That is a tolerable loophole. A what? A reason to accept you. You are a mistake, but your potential could tip the current balance of the clans. You spit on my father's name, on Shepard's name, but now you stop ranting because I'm strong. With restrictions. You could not breed, of course, or serve on an alien ship, but you'd be clan in name.
Ooh, this is an interesting dilemma. He becomes kind of like a slave in a lot of ways if he joins these people. if he joins this clan, he can't breed and he can't serve on an alien ship. Which, I'm an alien. Does that mean he leaves? Does that mean he just buggers off out of our mission? Huh. Rolling a d8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your call, Grunt.
It's your choice, Grunt. Sounds like an easy job.
That's the problem. I'm pure Krogan. Uvik, you were the pretender. Your head is valuable, whether you're alive or dead. Just try to take it. Enemies!
Okay, well, he's staying with us. We got a bunch of Paragon points for that. That's one of the most Paragon points we've got from a decision in a while. Also, it's crazy that... yeah, let's keep giving that. It's crazy how I just headshotted that Krogan and he didn't die in one with an anti-material rifle. Oh no. I've always wanted to make a robotic Rube Goldberg machine. So like, I wanted something like my alarm went off in the morning and then it triggered a bowl rolling and then it poured food into my dog's food bowl. It poured fresh water into a bowl that then slid down a thing and fell onto his mat. So you'd have fresh food and water. And then it would reset the alarm for an hour later. That's my dream Rube Goldberg machine. It's like an auto sleep machine. It goes off the trigger and then just goes back to sleep again. Oh, I'd love to do stuff like that. There's a great OK Go music video about like a Rube Goldberg machine style thing. I love OK Go's music videos in general, but they did this fantastic thing where like one thing triggers another, and then triggers another, and then triggers another.
Uvik is meat. Let's signal at the Keystone to get out of here and leave him to rot.
All their music videos are great, but yeah. Robotics is very fun. One thing I really like with what I guess toy robotics is happening right now is a lot of them are teaching kids early programming, which is really, really fascinating to me. Like really simplistic if, then, and what, you know, kind of scenarios for programming. But I love that kids are getting introduced to programming and, you know, general early like computer science at such a young age now, and they have ways to get into it. It's really, really cool. Yeah, the amount of wiring and robotics messing I'd have to get that to work, Demon, yeah. It would look like I would lived inside a... You know, like, when someone doesn't wire tidy a computer, when they build a computer, my room would look like that.
Your names shall live in glory.
Yay, Grunt!
You are Urdnot. We now own property. Join the army and apply to serve under a battle master. Shepard is my battle master. She has no match. Understood. Congratulations.
Oh really, Sky? I didn't know that.
Accept this token from Fortak. His weapons are the finest we have.
I should go.
May battle bring you just what you deserve.
We can use this.
There we go. Yeah, I didn't know that, Sky. I thought there was a bunch of like entry-level robotic stuff going on that could teach you like early programming stuff. There's a couple of reviews that the editor over, I've forgotten his name now, which is awful, over at Linus Tech Tips. He did a couple of robotic focused reviews over on the main Linus Tech Tips channel, and he was talking a lot about STEM and things like that. And he reviewed a couple of different robots and like robotic kits.
This world is nearly destroyed, and for the most part, the Krogan have done it to themselves.
You'd know about that, Quarian. How's that slave machine race going?
We were driven from our world, but the Krogan are wasting theirs. Perhaps they must lose it to realize what they had.
Even if like 1 million kids buy these robotic kits and only like a small amount of them go on to want to be and want to focus on computer science, it's still, I think, a great thing to have.
I hear you killed a thresh. Welcome, Erdnot.
Are Bionicles robots? If so, then I've been building robots for like 15 years.
The human is my battle master. Of course. There's not much here for humans, but you can take a look if you want.
What do you sell here?
What do you have in stock?
Most of it's food and drink that's toxic to humans. Rincall's a local favorite. He's not joking. Otherwise,
right, okay, I'm done.
Kiosk over there if you want to buy something.
No.
I should go.
Why was there a thing about Pidgeots? Oh, look! I was wondering where the rest of the armor in the game was. It's here! On Tachanka. Yeah, the open-ended kits that let you kind of explore and do your own thing, I agree. So is that it? I'm still missing a ship in my captain's quarters, which is a shame. It's a real shame. Where is this dude we're meant to talk to? Chief Scout. He says he's up here. Oh, is this him? Oh, he's here.
Reeve said we weren't allowed to kill you. Seems like a waste of target practice. What do you want?
Alright, this will trigger Morden's loyalty mission.
Bloodpack captured him and he was last seen around here.
I heard about that Solarian. Poor bastard. If it's Bloodpack, then Clan Werelock has him. Sent one of my scouts to check it out, but he never reported back. Guess they got him too. Chief told me to give you one of the trucks. Just follow the highway to Werelock's base if you've got the quads to deal with him in the Bloodpack.
Alright, here we go. So we're going to go take on the Bloodpack. I believe that's... The Bloodpack only allows Krogan in, but they have Vulture, right? Whatever they're called. Vulture? The little weird, gross alien race that's new in Mass Effect 2. Vulture. There we go. Took me a while. We'll cycle Grunt's appearance, because whoever's loyal, we cycle. So far, Miranda and Tali, the dice decided they aren't loyal to us. Miranda and Tali both finished their loyalty missions, but ended up not being loyal at the end of it. So, and we don't have enough Paragon or Renegade points to try to fix either of these. So, I don't know if you can even fix Tali's, to be honest. So, alright, let's roll a d12. See who's coming with us on Morden's mission. That's a 9? That's a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jacob. Okay. Jacob and his new outfit. And we will trigger this. Cool. They use this same cutscene, do they? Good to know. I wish Bionicles came back in a big way. I know in 2015 they tried to bring it back, but I feel like the designs weren't very inspired. I have all of the new kits. I got every single new Bionicle kit. I went to the Lego store in Leeds for them. And 2 New Years I did. And like New Year's, the day after New Year's Day, so like January 2nd is like when they got released. I remember going twice to get the new kits. One of the years, the big Ghostbusters Firehouse set came out. So there were so many people there who wanted to buy Bionicles and this Ghostbusters Firehouse set. And it was crazy. It was so busy for a little Lego store. Can you imagine if a game at E3 is a sick Bionicle game? It won't happen. Yeah, I mean, the chances are like in the decimals that will happen. Unfortunately, I would love it, but I think Lego are very much focusing on accessible games for kids. They just announced Lego. These are the Vulture. Lego Supervillains, I think it's called. DC Supervillains. So that's what they're working on right now. That's the next Lego game. I mean, I'm pretty excited for E3. I wrote my predictions the other night. I'm pretty psyched for it. I want more big RPGs, which some people will say I'm crazy for, but I really do. I've got a real itch for just big RPGs right now, which is why I'm hoping at Bethesda's conference we hear of a big new RPG, because I don't think Fallout 76 is going to be that. I think Fallout 76 is going to be an online, multiplayer, survival-based game with exploration elements. But we'll see. I also don't think we're going to see Borderlands 3, unfortunately, because bloody Randy Pitchford, CEO of Gearbox, came out in Judges Week last month and said, yeah, Borderlands 3 isn't here. We've got other games to show that we're publishing and working on, but we're not showing Borderlands 3. I'm like, it's the perfect year to bring out a Borderlands. We haven't had Borderlands on the Xbox One or PS4. Bring it out. Well, I mean, we haven't had a new one. I mean, we've had pre-sequel and Borderlands 2 ported in the Handsome Jack collection, but I mean, you know, do a new one. I want Borderlands 3 so much. Border Worlds is my prediction for the name, by the way. Probably won't happen. It'll probably be called Borderlands 3, but Border Worlds is kind of my offhand prediction for what I think it might be called.
That should take your heat off.
Purely based off the ending of Borderlands 2. And then a lot of my other predictions are quite safe. Things like Ubisoft will announce some, you know, surprise that we don't know about, as they do every year. They did it with Watch Dogs. They did it with Steep. You know, I definitely think they'll announce something really cool that we didn't know about. Yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited in general for E3. I was waiting. I wanted to say more, but I knew I was gonna sneeze, and I was waiting for it. Bless me. Bless me. Yeah, I wrote like a big predictions though. There's so many things. Fable 4 is on my predictions list. I do think that will happen, along with a new Forza Horizon game. Do you think the space game from Ubisoft is going to be announced? It already was. It was announced last year. It's called Starlink Battle for Atlas. I think it's going to be shown more this year, but it's a Toys to Life game. And that's the space game. Because it was teased in Watch Dogs 2, you can hack a mainframe. And if you hack into the Ubisoft HQ, there's like this colourful sci-fi ship over like a planet and stuff. And that was like an Easter egg for Starlink Battle for Atlas. It was announced last E3, but everyone's forgotten about it because it looked terrible. Actually, I thought it looked kind of cool because I like sci-fi. But yeah, they announced it last E3, Starlink Battle for Atlas. It's a Toys to Life action space game, which I'm hoping they retrofit and strip the Toys for Life part out of it. I've got a little bit of a photographic memory for E3 press conferences because it's like a big event in my year. They showed a trailer, they showed the toys, they showed gameplay last year, but it was like maybe 2.5 minutes at most.
Repurposed Krogan Hospital, sturdy, built to withstand
punishment. They'll be doing a full reveal of it this year. They'd already talked about it on Facebook and Twitter. They're showing the game again this year. They're also showing For Honor again, so I guess we're going to get DLC for For Honor.
Ligatures showing restraint at wrists and ankles. Track marks for repeated injection sites. Test subject. Victim of experimentation.
I like Jacob's new armor. That's a good outfit.
They're trying to cure the genophage. Why experiment on non-Krogan?
Humans useful as test subjects. Genetically diverse. Enables exploration of treatment modalities.
We'll just roll between the three. I'm not going to investigate. Too much to do tonight.
Come on. We still need to find Malin.
Agreed.
But I do think Ubisoft will bring a lot of new games. I'm very excited for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey... My prediction is it's a prequel, even further back than Assassin's Creed Origins, which sounds mental. But I think because it's in Greece, it'll be... And the icon, like the emblem they're using, is a Greek letter alphabet, like the triangular alphabet letter. I can't remember what it's called. Instead of the bird head in sand, which created the symbol, that Bayek used for the hidden ones in Origins. So I think this is going to be like another group of assassins that rise up, and then maybe in a third or fourth game we see all these assassins groups come together, the hidden ones, another group and another one, and then they form the Brotherhood. Just my kind of crazy guess. It might be Delta, I can't remember. But yeah, it's called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's in Greece. That's what we know.
You have shed our blood. By rights, you should be dead already.
Oh, Demon Ghosts of Tsushima. Oh my god, I've heard some great things.
And spread the message of our coming.
I've heard some great things about Ghosts of Tsushima. Specifically that it's like heavy melee combat and has some real surprises. So I'm excited. Like, I never knew I wanted Sucker Punch working on a feudal Japan game, but we're getting it, and I'm excited. You're glad SE's storyline is becoming as confusing as Kingdom Hearts. I'm not sure anything could quite rival Kingdom Hearts for confusing storylines, but hey, we will see.
You have a Solarian named Malin. I'm not leaving without him.
The Solarian stays with us. His work is the tool of our conquest. Clan Werlock will cure the genophage and spread across the galaxy in a sea of blood.
Appears they discovered
my
Malin's
dog's barking
work.
again.
Unfortunate.
If you care about the future of Clan Werlock, you'll hand over Malin. Now.
When we cure the genophage, Werlock Gold will rule all Krogan. The Krogan rebellions will become
Oh wow.
the Krogan Empire.
I guess there's a renegade choice there to just blow them up.
The surviving races will frighten their children with tales of what the Blood Pact did to the Turians. The Asari will scream as their citadel plunges into the sun. We will keep Solarians as slaves and eat their eggs as a delicacy. If you lack the wisdom to flee, then you will be the first of billions to be crushed beneath our might. For Werlock Gold, attack!
Oh, there's a lot of options to kind of kick his ass in there, but we didn't.
Why are you hiding?
The only thing you want is more Mass Effect. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. EA's conference is going to be so heavily focused on Anthem. Just wait. It's going to be like half their press conference, yeah, the EA Play conference on Saturday, is going to be Anthem. They're just going to talk the hind legs off an Anthem. It's going to be crazy. I'm pretty excited for Anthem. If they double down on story, and it feels like a Bioware story, then I'm excited for it. We'll see. We'll see at EA Play, because I think that is really where we're going to see how the format of the game works, how conversations work, how dialogue works, and it'll also give us a tease of what the overall story of the game is, what we're doing in Anthem, what this wall was built for, why this wall is there, why we live on it. A lot of Anthem, a lot of Battlefield 5, EA Sports. There's rumors of some other EA teases. There's rumors that the guys who are making Titanfall, we already know they're making a new Star Wars game. Rumors that game may be teased there.
Labs likely through there. Can smell antiseptic.
I've heard inklings of some interesting things from EA, so we'll have to wait and see. But it could be very cool. Could be. We will see. Could also be as terrible as usual EA conferences are.
Active console may contain useful data. One moment. Genetic sequences, hormone mutagens still steady. Protein chains, live tissue, clone tissue. Very thorough. Standard treatment factors. Avoiding scorched earth immunosuppressants to alter hormone levels. Good. Hate to see that.
I too actually would love to see.
Come on.
I would like to see. Well, I think Sky is possibly talking about the Guardians. I think it would be way cool if our main characters in Anthem have a voice, have a personality, and are a lot more like Shepard. It would be really cool if we had likable player characters to interact with this world with in Anthem. But again, we won't know much about Anthem. We only know little bits of details. So.
Sterile Werlock female willing to risk procedures. Hoped for cure. Pointless. Pointless waste of life.
I didn't expect you to be
I didn't mean to press that then.
Was to stabilize population.
I just wanted to, we expect this. We need to pass through this.
Rest, young mother. Find your gods. Find someplace better.
I didn't mean to skip then either. I'm just being weird. My
any
brain
information from the
is
body?
frazzled.
Minimal insight into experiments. Gene
Talking about
therapy.
E3 gets me too
Risking
excited.
cancer, aiming for benign mutation. Krogan researchers ruthless, risking own clan's women for new data. Disgusting. Short-sighted. Wrong.
We need to find Malin and shut this place down.
So, I didn't roll in that conversation because we just need to get past it. But what's interesting is...
Yes.
This is a female Krogan under this top. It's the first tease of female Krogan. Kind of, I guess, like female Turians. We don't know a lot about the female variants of a lot of these races we were introduced to. And they had a lot of ideas to introduce them, but I think they either ran out of time or started modeling some of them. There are a lot of rumors about what happened to Bioware during Mass Effect 2's development, because they were planning and making a lot of ideas for this game when they got bought by EA. So they were like, they weren't super into it, but obviously like Casey Hudson and people were already planning this game while they were working on Mass Effect 1, and they hadn't been bought by EA at that time. So, if but in past years when we had like a TeamSpeak and stuff for the YouTube and everything, we used to do live watch-alongs to all the E3 press conferences, I should say, and I used to scream. Like, I would like freak out, like full-on high-pitched, overly excited hype screams. I used to get very, very excited. I love E3 just for the pure spectacle of it. Like, it's like a gamer's mecca. Like, we get so many amazing announcements and surprises. And like last year bloody they showed the Blue Point remake of Shadow of the Colossus, and I literally fell out of my chair. I was so happy. And that was just me watching it by myself at 2 in the morning. I was like, oh my god! I was so excited for that. I'm pretty psyched to see if Blue Point are there again this year to tease their next remake, because we already know they're making another remake for Sony. So I wonder if we'll see them and what it'll be. All they've said is it's bigger than Shadow of the Colossus, so some people, well, a lot of people are rumoring and thinking it could be Demon's Souls, which would be an excellent game to give to them, because they could do a great job with it, but I don't know. I had to do face cams for reactions. It would just be, you'd see me react and then fall out of the chair, and then it would just be a wall. That would be the face cam of my reaction. But I'm also a huge Nintendo fan, so Nintendo's Direct on Tuesday at 5 UK time is really exciting for me, because I want to know what the Switch is going to do for the next 6-7 months. I want to know what we can expect. I want to see the surprises and the teasers. I want to see what this new Smash Bros. Plays like. I want to see the new characters and how the old characters have been updated, like Link and Mario. See if they have incorporated some of the mechanics from Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey into these characters and how they'll play now in this updated game. Because Smash is one of the few games that I would say is competitive in nature that I enjoy. That and maybe Mario Kart, but I'm not like a... when I play Mario Kart with some of my friends get real angry about Mario Kart. They're like, I should have won, why did you take him? And they get like really into it, and I'm just like, I'm just playing a video game. Just Mario Kart. Which annoys them, because I have no competitive spirit at all. But, yeah, I'm pretty excited for seeing what Nintendo do this year. I think for me, the big 3 conferences always hold my attention. So, Xbox, Sony, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. They always do incredible things, and they do really, really cool things. So I'm pretty excited. You don't need to watch the Nintendo conferences, because you know that 5 minutes later everyone's yelling about them that they have won it. Well, the thing is about Nintendo, is a lot of their conferences aren't reactionary. Sometimes, especially between Sony and PlayStation, you'll see reactionary like elements come into their press conferences. But Nintendo's is like pre-recorded, so like what they announce is what they were always going to announce. And I think for the last 2 years, Nintendo has really surprised people with Breath of the Wild, with Mario Odyssey, with Metroid Prime 4. Like they've really teased and tugged at people's nostalgia and heartstrings in a way that's making them quote unquote win E3. But last year Sony did a real good job too. I loved their Last of Us 2 trailer last year, which, by the way, okay, prediction, Demon, see what you think about this prediction, right? Last of Us 2 is going to be 70% in the present time, as this isn't real, by the way, this is my prediction. 70% in the current day as Ellie getting revenge. You play as Ellie, and 30% is going to be in the past as Ellie's mother. And you'll flash between the two different time periods and play them differently. Ellie will be more focused on brutal melee combat and bow combat, while Ellie's mother will still have melee combat but be focused more on guns. There's my prediction for Last of Us 2. See how wrong I am. Let's go Pikachu and let's go Eevee. Yeah, I'm actually, I think we'll probably see another trailer for the Pokemon games at Nintendo's conference, and
this is valuable.
While they're not the big Gen 8 games, I'm still pretty excited to see what they turn out and what stuff they have added into there and how they've, you know, tied them up for the Switch. What I'm not excited about is the catching mechanics, but I've talked about that before, so it'll be interesting.
Malin, alive, unharmed.
I agree with Demon.
No evidence of torture.
Last of Us is incredible.
Don't understand.
For such a smart man, Professor, you always had trouble seeing evidence that disagreed with your preconceptions. How long will it take you to admit that I'm here because I wish to be here?
Well, I guess he didn't need saving.
Maybe the Werelock brainwashed or drugged him to keep him under control.
Unlikely. Pupil's normal. Body language consistent with standard metabolic state.
Please, Professor, you wrote a paper on this. Forced behavior modification always results in mental degradation. Whether from Reaper indoctrination or drugs, test subjects always lose higher cognitive function.
Not brainwashed or conditioned. Need Malin at peak capacity for work. Must be alternate source of coercion.
Oh, Demon, you'll like this as well. I'm opening Facebook to quote this directly. I was talking to my friend about E3 today, and he says, so I send him the Into the Spider-Verse trailer, which he says he doesn't like, and then I explain the Spider-Verse to him, and he says, that's crazy, I don't like that idea, stick with a solid Spider-Man. And then he says, I really, really, really want the new PS4 game, but it's exclusive, fuck that. I then explained, it's exclusive because Sony are paying for it, but Square Enix are doing an Avengers game, which is going to be multi-platform. And he says, whoop. Hope to hear more about that, and I want a Spider-Man all-console release too. And I go, no, it's not going to be on all consoles. It's literally only going to be on PS4. And then he says, that sucks. They'll lose out on a lot of cash because it's not only on PS4. And then I go on to talk about how PS4 is great, how they've sold like billions of them, and so on and so on. But there we go. I thought you'd like that conversation. Just buy a PS4 and play Spider-Man if you want it so bad. I'm excited, but you know.
He came here voluntarily to cure the
Sony only actually, corrections guy. Sony only owns the movie license for Spider-Man.
Dr. Solus, I was your student. I looked up to you.
Experiments performed here. Live subjects, prisoners, torture and executions. You're doing?
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. If it takes a bit more to put things right, I can deal with that.
So yeah, Sony owns the movie license for Spider-Man, which they currently are sharing with Marvel Studios. But rumor is Sony said, if we can make an exclusive game, this may have been in the deal, I don't know, if we can make an exclusive game for PS4 with your Spider-Man IP, because technically Sony owns only the movie part, so Marvel can make Spider-Man games all they want, and Spider-Man can appear in any game as long as it's Marvel branded. So what I think happened is when they made the deal for Spider-Man to come into the MCU, Sony also said, well, can we make a Spider-Man game for PS4? And I think that's how all this started. But the Spider-Man games, this one and any future ones, will be exclusive to the PS4 because of this deal, I guess, they've got going. And Sony are funding it. You know, this is a PlayStation-backed, PlayStation-funded Spider-Man game made by a studio which has a long history with Sony. It's not a first-party studio, but it's a studio that has a long history. Insomniac have been making games for PlayStation for a very long time. They've only made a couple of like multi-platform games and like one Xbox exclusive, so mostly they're PlayStation guys over there. But yeah, the Spider-Man license is kind of a weird one because, you know, it's just weird. But I'm pretty excited to see what Square Enix do with the Avengers license. That's going to be fun. And there's rumors that I think it's Eidos are going to be making like a Guardians of the Galaxy game. You know what? Let's do an MGU. So we have the MCU. Let's get an MGU, a Marvel Games universe. Be totally in for that. Totally in.
We're shutting your lab down, Malon.
Shutting down more than that.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity.
Oh, Morden.
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Well, we can't do anything here. Jesus. Shepard is brutal in this playthrough. She just stands there and watches.
Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters. No kidnapping. My mistake. Thank you.
Well, there's rumors that even the Spider-Man from the PS4 exclusive game may be influenced, well, maybe referenced, or even appear as a cameo in the Square Enix Avengers game. So like it'll be like a connected universe, but one of the games is exclusive. It's kind of weird, but well, the MGU, you know, the Marvel Games universe, would only be the Marvel games. They wouldn't be connected to the movies in any way.
Anything else we need to do here?
Malin's research. Only loose end. Could destroy it. Closure. Security.
Hey, we might get a Miss Marvel movie soon. I know we're getting Captain Marvel, but Kevin Feige already talked about the possibility of a Miss Marvel movie, which would be badass.
If you think it could be useful, why not hang on to it?
Worked for years to create modified genophage. Should destroy this. Malin's work could cure genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan. Effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
Alright, here we go. D8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The Krogan aren't ready for the genophage to be cured. You can't risk this data being stolen, and I know you can recreate it.
Yes. Only safe course. Wiping drive. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Tuchanka. Anywhere else. Maybe somewhere sunny.
Leave.
Let's get out of here.
Hey Rose, how's it going? So that is both Grunt and Morden's loyalty missions done on Tuchanka. Usually, on a normal stream, that would be the end. 2 loyalty missions, that's it. But we have a third to do tonight before the suicide mission tomorrow, so buckle up. It's going to be a long one. And we're going to dive into Samara's loyalty mission next. Let's leave this planet. Fun talk tonight, though, everyone. We've gone from, like, talking, like, exclusively about E3 and crazy games to be more broader. It's always good. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. It's the second to last Mass Effect 2 stream on the channel, and E3 starts this weekend, so I am pretty excited. I'm feeling pretty good. I've slept enough. That's the real thing. I've slept enough, so I'm awake. Good luck, Sky. You're gonna nail it. You'll knock it out of the park, I'm sure. Have a great interview, and don't be too nervous. I could talk about Spider-Man for a very long time. Right, we're going back to where we began. The start of the game, the first place we went was Omega, and we are back for the final loyalty mission. I thought this was fitting to leave Samara's loyalty mission to last, purely because, you know, started the game here and we're going to end the game here. Well, you say end the game, but you know, this is even the solar system we have to be in to end the game. That Into the Spider-Verse trailer, Demon, it has such, like, if you see there's a moment where, like, a taxi, I think, screeches to a halt, and, like, because I think Miles runs out in front. What's so cool is, there's, like, very comic booky lines drawn behind it, and you see, like, in those lines it goes, screech! Like, if you go frame by frame, it's such a cool addition. I love when, like, animators do that sort of thing. Right, Morden's second outfit unlocked. Let's roll for both team members. Although we are here for Samara, so we'll bring Samara with us, because this is her loyalty mission we'll be going to do. And a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Morden's coming with us. Guess he's with us all night tonight. Samara. Okay, let's go.
Death count on Omega is too high for me to pinpoint an Ardat Yakshi's location. However, given the reputation of Ardat Yakshi among the Asari, Arya T'Loak may have tracked her movements.
Thank you.
We're going back to
Come on, let me in.
Afterlife to speak to our Asari friend, who dropped the first swear word in this game. And we've of course got Samara with us, and we're hunting down the Urdnot Yakshi, who we saw leaving the planet we met her on.
What do you need? An Asari fugitive is hiding out here. She's an Ardat Yakshi. We need to find her.
I knew it. Nothing leaves a body quite so empty as an Ardat Yakshi does.
You haven't taken steps to kill her?
Why would I? She hasn't tried to seduce me. Her last victim was a young girl. Pretty thing. Lived in the tenements near here. That's where I'd start looking.
Thanks for the help.
Good luck finding her. Better luck catching her.
Here we go. Wait. Did that even describe where we have to go? That isn't very descriptive. Go to the apartment? Where? I guess the place that says apartments. GG. Oh, Moira, that sucks. Virtual hugs. It'll be fine. People cancel. People suck. Tomorrow will be a better day. But hey, yeah, at least you can stream. Silver lining. At least you can stream tonight.
Come on.
Did you start Fallout 3, by the way? Or I don't know if you were starting it, but you said you were streaming it. Well, this is the final. You've come at the right time as well, Moira. This is the final loyalty mission of Mass Effect 2. We're right at the end now. Is this the apartments? Is this where the plague was? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe in here. You're like 12 hours in. Nice.
Are you here about my daughter? My nephew died a week ago and no one seems to care. The medics said it was a brain hemorrhage, but that's not true. It was murder. Someone killed my nephew, my baby.
You gonna be here tomorrow, Moira, for the finale? The end of all ends?
I think she was murdered too. and I'm looking for her killer.
Oh, thank you. It's so hard when no one believes you. I'm all alone now. Are you?
I think I'm alone now. Let's roll. 5. I start at 6 my time, which is an hour and 17 minutes ago.
I'm here to help. Does it matter who sent me?
No one else on this hellhole station gives a damn that my nephew is dead. If you can do something about it, I'll help you however I can.
Do you mind if I examine Neff's room?
I didn't want to disturb anything. Her clothes, her art, her sculptures, everything is the way she left it. The way it will always be. My baby is gone. She's gone, and nothing will fix that. Why did this happen? She never hurt anybody.
We need to look in your daughter's room. Nothing will be disturbed.
That sucks. Literally right as I start streaming, you go to work. Well, yeah, hopefully you'll be able to catch the VOD and
I'll try.
let me know what you thought of it. And the many, many deaths that will no doubtly happen at the hands of the dice.
Please.
I'll examine her things.
We got some more Paragon and Renegade today as well. Like, it's edging, like, Paragon's now edged into that third bar, and Renegade's gone up a little bit in its third bar.
Neff made that. A man from some gallery offered me 4 years' salary for...
Neff, I'm sending you this hologram.
Oldest entry?
Read the oldest entry.
Hey, Diary. Cycle 34, Orbit 671. There's a lot to talk about. I dropped Jarut's name, and they let me into the VIP room at Afterlife. I'm sure everyone was staring at me. Then the most beautiful Asari starts dancing near me. She moves like water, form and volume, but shifting, changing. I'm in a trance. Then I'm dancing with her. Later, we went for skewers, and I'm supposed to see her again tomorrow.
Interesting. So it looks like this Yachi was kind of like courting this young girl.
Read the middle entry.
Cycle 36, Orbit 671. Am I a freak? Morinth is a girl like me, and she's definitely not human. Just when we dance and the helix is flowing through me, the way she looks at me with a hunger, a longing, no one's ever looked at me like that. We kissed tonight.
Wait. If you kill an if you kiss an Yachi, do they not just don't you just instantly die?
Read the newest entry.
Cycle 42, Orbit 67. She's going to take me to her apartment tonight. Whatever happens, I want to be with her forever. She can sell my pieces. We can live somewhere glamorous, like the women in Vanya that Vid Morinth likes. How did this happen to me? I'm just dumb trash.
Oh, so it's only if you embrace eternity. That's when they kill you. Okay. For some reason I thought it was just when they kissed you, but it's when you have what is referred to as Asari sex. That's when they kill you.
Close the hollow journal.
This is Morinth's work. She's attracted to artists and creators. Someone with a spark, slightly isolated from their peers. She impresses with sophistication and sex appeal. And she strikes. The hunt interests her as much as the conquest.
Interesting.
Anyone who successfully hunted sapient beings for 400 years warrants caution.
Morinth speaks to you on many levels. Her body tells yours that she'll bring unimaginable ecstasy. Her scent evokes emotions long hidden. Her eyes promise you things you were always scared to ask of another. Her voice whispers to you after she is done speaking.
Do you know what? There's many times in my life where I think I would have been happy dying after certain kisses. It was weird and a little bit too squidgy romantic of a thing as that is to say. I do believe that.
She sounds more like a highly evolved killer than a genetic defective.
The condition has been present since my people huddled around fires at night. Perhaps it is symbiotic rather than a defect. Storming her den would be a mistake. She will have 100 escape routes planned. She will go to ground and disappear for 50 years or more. This is the closest I've ever been.
Let's see what the dice are gonna do. Gonna ask if she has a plan.
You sound like you're working your way toward an idea.
Afterlife's VIP section seems her preferred hunting ground. You must go there alone and unarmed.
Oh, interesting. I mean, not to get super personal about lives in the middle of a stream, but I had a very long relationship in my teens, like 3 years in my teens was one long relationship. And then, since then I've had a few long relationships and many, let's just call them flings, and leave it at that. 3, I'm the bait.
She'll come after me.
You can draw Morinth out. She'll certainly flee if she catches sight of me, but she won't be able to resist you. You are an artist on the battlefield. You have the vital spark that attracts her. Your power will draw her in.
That's good that you realize that. I mean, emotional abuse is awful. Any sort of abuse is awful. I went through a lot with one of my friends who... we have like a very big friend group, like there's like 20 something of us, and one of my close friends came out saying that this was many years ago now, came out and saying that her boyfriend like beat her and abused her and stuff, and then it kind of split the group in half. It was really messy. Like, people sided with her, other people sided with him, said it was fake, and all this sort of stuff. And I'm very much a person who doesn't take sides. I believe, like, if I was in that situation and wanted people to believe me, I would be equally okay with people not taking a side either way. And that's kind of my approach to a lot of arguments whenever I do have them, is that I'm fine if people just stay, like, abstain from a choice or an opinion, because at the end of the day they're all your friends. But I did kind of secretly behind the scenes distance myself from the person who was accused of doing these things, because I believed my long-term friend that these things had happened. It is rough, but it's crazy. My group's this huge, this group's this huge number of people, but most people in it now are married, have kids, or getting married, or are having kids. Like, there's only a few of us in that group now who are single, and I'm one of those weird human beings in life who, after going through a long phase of relationships and dating and things, where I've pretty much now accepted that I am happier alone. Now, some people say to me, "Oh, that'll change. Don't worry about it. Give it a few years, it'll change." But I'm really much at this point now where I don't need another person in my life. Like, my life is so perfect, as weird as that is to say. Like, at 20, well, I turn 26 in a couple of weeks. Like, it's one of those things where I'm just happy how things are, and I don't want to change things. And obviously, having a relationship, you're gonna have to go outside, you're gonna go on dates, you're gonna have to, like, become social, you're gonna have to do things. For me, all I want to do is stay inside, play video games in my pajamas, animate on my PC in my pajamas, and play with my dog, because he's the best. That's all I want to do. That makes me, that fulfills my creative outlet and my escapism outlet, which is obviously the animation is creative, and video games and movies and TV are escapism for me. So that's it. It's where I am, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Time's wasting. Let's get over there.
Time's a wasting.
We can talk more once we're there.
I got too personal, and the game's like, stop it. Alright, go to the VIP club. Is this in Afterlife? Oh no. Give me a second. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Just pause screen. What do you mean? What do you mean don't leave you? I'm not that scary. This stream's nearly over anyway, Demon, so have fun. I will be back same time tomorrow anyway, as you always know. You don't trust anyone who doesn't have a Discord. Well, guess what? I'm never going to have a Discord. So you'll never trust me. Afterlife VIP area. So it's like down this way then? I don't like... I'm very strange about the idea of a community because I used to be a YouTuber and I was a YouTuber for 5 years and we had a large community and like, not to be braggy, but you know, I have one of those silver YouTube buttons and you know, we had 350,000 subscribers. So anyway, not braggy. But because I had that large community, I've already had that point where I've lived life with a large community, and I think the last thing I would do in my life is ever do that again. I never want to deal with a community or have a community like that ever again in my life.
What do you want?
Three. Just passing by.
I don't want anything at all.
Check out Afterlife's main floor. You'll like it.
How am I going to get through here with the dice?
What do you want?
I guess I have to say Jarut sent me?
Someone told me the rest of Afterlife's nothing compared to this place.
Sounds like a smart person. Who was it?
Jarut.
Go on in. Word to the wise. Start a fight, we'll hurt you. Someone attacks you, it's okay to defend yourself.
It wouldn't take someone very long to find my real name. I mean, Getty Images have a copyright image of me at an awards show.
You must go in alone.
And you have to pay money to own said image.
Like any predator,
so there's a photograph of me I don't own, even though I'm in it.
She will approach you. When you are face to face, subtly encourage her to invite you to her apartment. I'll follow discreetly, and when you are alone, I'll spring.
I'm really worried about this loyalty mission.
Until I get there, you are in great peril.
We're totally gonna die.
She will be planning to inflict horrors on you. If you are not careful, you will want her to.
Thanks for watching, bros.
Let's get started.
Shepard, we only get one chance at this. Any mistake and Morant will disappear. If you're the least bit unsure, come talk to me. I will wait here. And Shepard, thank you. I do not share this burden.
Yeah, like...
And you are the only soul
I don't hide my name. I think... one of the names I had for this channel was going to be like Max Plays and stuff, but I've used that name before, so I just went with my old username and just fancied it up a little bit.
Come on.
Wow, this is great. The only option I have for this dude is punch.
Stay away from me.
Punch.
Give it up, baby. I'm sold.
Leave me alone.
I mean, considering we talked when you first joined about how your name is a reference to Moira from Fallout 3, I didn't expect your real name to be Moira. But hi, Julie. I don't think I know anyone called Julie.
Drinks here are so strong.
I've met a Juliet before, but I don't think I know any Julies. Am I meant to be looking? I'm meant to be looking for
The music here used to be avant-garde.
Morinth? Or are we meant to be just starting a fight? should have paid attention. Alright, screw it. We're going to punch this Turian in the face. This is for the first contact war!
Don't be like that. I got creds.
Well, it didn't work so well when it went into dialogue.
Back off, asshole. I'm a dancer, not a hooker.
Punch him! Punch him!
On you. I'll enjoy watching you use it.
Oh god. Why give me the option to just punch and then have to roll for dialogue where the dice are going to disagree with my choice?
I'll be going.
Good idea. Leave me and my baby alone.
Oh!
Thanks for nothing.
I wonder if Turians have bits. You know what I mean by bits. I'm gonna insult a Krogan.
I guess they'll let anybody in here now. No standards
anymore. Look at that. Let's 50-50 between... No, we have to do it by all three. So 1 or 2 is this renegade. Of course it's 3, which is goodbye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God damn it.
I have nothing to say to you.
I didn't think so.
The dice are too nice.
What'll you have?
Okay. The dice gonna wipe me out of money. I'll buy a round of drinks. No wait, D8. Ignore that. It's a D8. Roll the D8. I don't know what that is. Is that a 3 or a 2? Roll another one. It's an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
This place is dead. A free round of drinks would get people actually excited about being here.
This isn't a charity. You want to pay for something? Stop wasting my time.
So the dice are not being very useful here. They literally don't even want me to win in this mission.
You're an interesting one.
Do you know anyone interesting?
Lots of money on this. Good cred hunting tonight. Hit him in the alley. As long as it isn't one of Arya's people, we're good. We gotta get enough creds to keep ink off our backs. Hey, what are you looking at?
Another D8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every dialogue we have, the dice are like, not going to talk to him.
On my way now.
That's right. Keep walking.
It's not working. This won't interest Morin. She left some time ago. Her absence is palpable. I will have to find her another day. You'll excuse me if I don't want to discuss this.
Did we just fail?
Shall we return to the main floor of Afterlife?
Did we just fail the loyalty mission? Well, because of the goddamn dice.
Let's go.
So is that it? That's a failure. Stupid dice. Is there no way for me to like try that again? Or is that just it? Yeah, I guess that's just it. That's it? No, we don't restart. We let the dice make all the decisions. Whew, that was ruthless, though. So there's at least going to be 3 people unloyal going into the final mission. Tomorrow is going to be a bloodbath. The dice just don't know how to play video games. They don't have appendages. They don't have a mind. Well, they definitely have a mind of their own. That's what. I'll give them a piece of my mind. Stupid dice. What happens if you get the Shepherd Dies ending? That's the end. And who said I was moving on to Mass Effect 3? I'm definitely not anytime soon. There's an old quote which is, I always rip out the last page of every book because I hate endings. And that quote directly refers to the games I play and the games I stream. Like, I stream a lot of 1 and 2s and never do the 3. I live my life with the last page of the book ripped out. But Mass Effect 3 doesn't end, you just play it over and over again. Yeah, or when it does end, they just add a different colour filter to the ending. That's a lot of platinum, so we'll be out of that. That's good, extended fuel cells. I mean... I don't really want the avalanche. I think I'd rather get more heavy weapon ammo. Or I guess we could get this as well. Let's just get it for the fun. For the fun. Well, that's all the upgrades we're going to be doing before the finale. Let's go prepare our armor in the captain's cabin. And we will... Do we want a different piece of armor on here? And we could maybe go for the increased shields. It looks a lot like there's the standard one. I guess it is the standard one, okay. Increases health by 5%. I like that asymmetric shoulder piece, actually. That's cool. Increases shields, increases health. Shields are more important to me. And we already have this upping health anyway. And legs. This is speed. I don't care about speed. Health is more important. There we go. That's the armor we're going to be wearing. The death mask. I'm not going to put the death mask on. But it's cool that it's there. And we killed all the fish. That was the first death of Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 2. Not Mass Effect 3. The fish. Anyway, this has been a long stream tonight. We did all 3. Well, we failed one. We did 3 loyalty missions. And we are going into the Suicide Squad. Not that movie, no. The Suicide mission tomorrow with this crew. That remains that Samara, Tali, and Miranda have no loyalty. They are not loyal to us. But we are going to talk to every single one of the crew at the start of tomorrow's stream before we go through the Omega 4 relay. But that was it. That was the penultimate episode, penultimate stream of Mass Effect 2. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all for the final stream of Mass Effect 2 tomorrow. Goodbye!